La-di-di-di. Missions. Downloadable content. La-di-do. The Knife of Dunwall. That it? Did it not do the thing that I wanted it to do? I don't think it did the thing I wanted it to do. Damn it. No, it should have, right? I think so. Alright, so if it did what I hoped it did, basically, I'm going to start a new game. I went and completed the mission, but now I'm thinking, because like before I was thinking that that while I was playing this was probably before Corvo spared him in my playthrough. But now I'm feeling like it was after some shit. So what I want to do is I want to take this as an opportunity to use that what is it called? To use the mercy that I gave Dowd and use it for some sort of good. You know what I mean? Basically, I'm gonna go pacifist route this entire one. It's gonna be a casual experience, and I'm not gonna kill anyone. Just gonna knock everyone out.
One more job shouldn't have mattered. I'd killed nobles before. You could float a whaling ship, and the high-born blood I've spilled. Another noble steps in to replace the last one. All equally corrupt. Why should an empress be different? But she was. I watched her bodyguard's face as they took him away. Dead eyes. I knew I'd pay for this one. Maybe I deserved to. A storm was coming that would shake apart everything I'd built.
No! Get away from her! Corvo! Mommy!
Basically, this ability lets me have some sort of time to think, but at the risk of not being able to charge it while I'm moving. Or is it... Am I able to do that? Yeah, I'm still able to move. Okay. Okay, so I'm able to figure out different ways of doing things. Ah. Well, that was unfortunate. I fell again. Really wish this thing would recharge faster.
Dowd, my old friend. It's been a long while, but you've got my interest again. How the years pass and the bodies fall. Did you know that there are only 8 like you in the world, bearing my mark? I'm here because you're right. The Empress was different. This time, You can't just fade away into the shadows. There will be consequences. Your story is close to ending, and even you can't escape it. But what ending will you make for yourself? I'm here to give you one last gift, Dowd. It's a mystery. One that starts with a name. Delilah.
Boop. Sorry.
For 6 months, the city writhed and changed. For 6 months, I tried to forget what I'd done to the Empress and her little girl. But there was no forgetting. I needed to find my next move. But all I had was that name. Delilah. Who was she? A threat? Or an ally? Word came from my second-in-command, Billy Lurk. In a house built on secrets. Lurk was especially good at uncovering them. There was a ship called the Delilah. It hunted whales for Bundry Rothwild. A former deckhand who'd made good. Now he owned a slaughterhouse, and he ran his workers like a prison gang. A ship named Delilah. It could be a coincidence, but it's not. In Dunwall, things are always tangled up like a bag of snakes.
Bribed worker will disconnect the security on the refinery valves using the valves. Disconnect the security on the refinery valves. Now that I got this, it would be wise to upgrade the sleep dart capacity. Now I'm ready. I want to go pacifist route this time. I've only beat this mission. Everything after, not yet.
You're here. I got bored, so I started without you. Turns out we're here on the perfect day. There's a strike at the plant, and it's no wonder. Rothwild runs this place like a prison. The stupid workers can't even get in without a time card. When the strike started, the butchers confiscated all the cards they could find. They've given the City Watch free reign to use force. If you ever wondered why I wanted out of the slums, here's your answer. There'll be other ways in, I'm sure of it. You don't mind if I tag along, right? Just to keep an old man safe. One last thing. I found something for you. I know you collect these. I'll be on the rooftops till you need me.
think the only things I want is this, that, and this. I don't care anything else. Bedtime, blink, and void gaze. That's what I want.
Go on. Get off the property or we'll lock you up too.
You have to give me back my time card. I can't get back in. You had no right to take it.
Try and get past me, and I'll see you swinging from a meat hook.
Go home, mister. Orders are to confiscate those cards. No exceptions.
I hope you die weeping. All of you. I hope the plague gets you.
Dies.
The Leviathan Sorrow. Exit from report on a treatise banned by the Red Shore Trade Council. I think all the books here are completely different from the ones in the main story, so I suppose I'll read them all. Little is known of Pecoti, credited with the series of pamphlets arguing against the whaling trade. While he is gifted, his views are nonsense and threaten the economic underpinnings of the empire. 1. Enslavement. On the breeding and husbanding of whales versus hunting the beast in the wild, after a natural and free lifestyle, Pecoti offers no solutions for where these massive malevolent creatures might be pastured. 2. Dissolution. Laments on the destruction of social bonds between hard members, Pecoti actually uses the term families. 3. Harmony. Drivel on the aesthetic wonder of what is in reality the great and terrible ocean that ever threatens to swallow us. Includes arguments on the gentle nature of the brutes, a notion refuted by seamen who return to shore, wide-eyed with tales of whales and savagery. Of the whales of savagery. 4. Disruption. Here Pecoti is on his weakest footing, issuing up feverish warnings against the displacement or transference of the natural beasts from their native environments. Sorry. You will die.
What's going on there?
Wait. Don't worry about a thing, bud. Everything is a-okay. 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 Everything is a-okay. Rat poison. We need to rid the sewer of the rat infestation. Make sure you set this crate of potted meat aside so we can lace it with rat poison. After it is poisoned, take it down to the dock so we can get it in the sewers below. Captain Gallowag. Hello. Hello. Come here, buddy. You and me, we're going places. Mainly in this building. Yeet! You have anything on you? Yeah, you do. Alright, there's a bone charm down there. Safe code. La-dee-dee. La-doot-de-doodle. Ah! My little tootsie wootsies. Oh. Hmm. You don't see anything. Don't pretend like you do, dickweed. Oh! Fuck! Damn it. I'm trying not to kill people. He scared me.
Go on. Get off the property or we'll lock you up.
You have to give me back my time card. I can't get back in. You had no right to take it.
Try and get past me, and I'll see you swinging from a meat hook.
Go home, mister. Orders are to confiscate those cards. No exceptions.
I hope you die weeping. All of you. I hope the plague gets you.
Oi. Night time. Come here. Let's see. Where is all that stuff? Alright, ready. You don't need to read you again. Alright, ready. Don't need to read you again. Before you turn around, please have a seat. Yeet! Yeah. Nothing right here. Alright. I was hoping for something to be around here, but I guess not. Totally cool, totally fine. Hey, okay with me, buckaroo. Wow. Time for us to take a little nap. Meet Death, Bones, and Song. Excerpt from a butcher's journal. Leona looks worried when I come home at night. She's looking for that spark. Our love, the life we had just 2 years ago. All our ambitions. But the more she pulls at me, the more I resent her. The more I bury all that. When her father was killed at the carriage station, I gave up my studies at the Academy of Natural Philosophy. So mismanaged were the fiancé's finances. Why did I don't know. So mismanaged were the finances, with so many debts and arrears, that her mother and younger brothers would have been ruined had I not. My work feeds us all and keeps the rent paid so that shriveled old leech Wainwright keeps the rent paid to that shriveled old leech. Why did I say so? Man, I need something to help me with my concentration. I cannot focus. Especially when there are people scraping a freaking metal can on the floor outside. Are they coming by my window? They're coming by my window. Why are you dragging a plastic tub on the ground? Carry it, you lazy asshole! Ugh. I hate this work, but in the time of the plague, it takes all one's efforts to stay afloat on the desperation, the blood and the rats. There are bribes that must be paid to the Lord Regent, City Watch, and Barrister Arnold Timshes? That's a weird ass name. What the heck kind of a name is Timsh? Sounds like a freaking stutter tick. Hey, how's it going? You mind if I go use some... Sorry. Very sorry. There are bribes that must be paid to the Lord Regent City Watch and Barrister Arnold Timsh's dead clowners. Offend the wrong bureaucrat and your home is seized and you're off to the flooded district. So it falls to me. Every day I drive my screaming saw into the beasts, eyes wide open. I studied them for years at the academy on my trips into the field. Now, working into the slaughterhouse, the wrongness is like a wound in my head. The first months I worked in a numb state. Then my predominant mood was anger. Now the wound is scabbing over, and on some days I feel a kind of power. My entire existence is meat. All there is in my mind is meat. Death, bones, and song. The terrifying songs. They come to me in my sleep now. I look into the great eyes as I take away life slowly. There's a kind of a deep connection with the beasts, knowing I'll be coming back again and again, removing pieces for hours, sometimes days. They sing for us, a funeral lament that causes me to tremble. Leona and I still share a bed, but the more she tries to make me feel something, the more I recede. The person I was is dead now. Jesus. That's some heavy stuff right there, man.
Could be rats, I guess.
Biggest rat you've ever seen.
What's...
Shh. Be quiet. Making too much noise. I wonder if I can do this. Well, actually, I don't want to waste anything. Let's see. I don't think anyone's here right now other than that guy, so. Oh, hello.
Attention. Under plague conditions,
Somewhere right here.
failure to report for work at industries deemed vital to state
Come on, buddy.
interests has been declared
Everyone
treasonous by
can
the Lord
have
Regent.
some naps. No need to worry about a thing.
You've had your fun, Butcher. When does the oil start to flow again?
Hopefully these rats don't kill them. There we go. Just gonna put them on top just in case. Make sure that they're safe. There we go. Ow. Let's see. There's a rune over there. Safe code is right here. Main entrance is right there. I think I'll go for the rune first.
This is a reminder that collective bargaining in any industry deemed vital to the state is a capital offense. These include metallurgy, whale collection and refinement, security services, and selected legal and clerical specializations. Consult the city barrister for clarification and enforcement.
That's right. I need to get a battery. That takes care of that. You two have a nice little nap. Oh,
This is a public warning.
frick, frick, frick,
Corvo Atano, the assassin and one-time Royal Protector, has escaped from confinement and is at large within the city.
So this is
Any
where I
sightings
first
of
hear
this
of him.
state criminal must be reported to the City Watch at once.
Interesting. Arkmine shipment. Mr. Rothwild, I have great appreciation for the use of your space and your whales in the advance of my studies. All of Dunwall will be in your debt for your contribution to my work. In light of your recent difficulties, I have prepared for you a gift of my latest defensive technology. The Arc Mine. It is based on my arc pylon and will provide superb protection against intruders and those who would interfere with our efforts. I am certain the device will serve you well. Anton Sokolov. Badu. 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 Boat checks on the Wrenhaven. Letter excerpt from a book on members of the City Watch assigned to the Wrenhaven River. Dearest Rutherford, your latest writing brought me a mix of sadness and delight. I was sorry to hear the passing of your friend Corcoran from Morley. He was undoubtedly a good man and a worthy ally in your work with the City Watch in Dunwall. I know that the river patrol is a difficult assignment, especially during these times, but it is important work. So given all that you've told me, I can only assume Corcoran was as brave as you are, my younger brother. It saddens me that such a vile organization of the dead eels even existed outside the realm of those lurid gothic novels we read as schoolchildren. That you and your men should have to face them out on the waters of the Wrenhaven is just terrifying. Boats must be checked, I know. But if you should be harmed while ensuring some Tivian fur trader is carrying the correct tax papers, I will never forget this new Lord Regent and his flurry of laws. Oh, hey, Jack. What up, wobbly bees? I always forget what your freaking thing is. Was it freaking... What is it? See something? I don't know. Anyway, hi. Where did I... Oh, there I was. Okay. You talked of adventure when you signed on, and danger seems to excite you. But you'll forgive me if I hope to see your patrol transferred further west. Nearer to Caldwell's Bridge, where the military presence is stronger, and the smuggling gangs fear to ply their wicked trade. I've gathered this much from the newspapers, but perhaps there's nowhere safe in Dunwall right now. Certainly along the river. It pains me to imagine the customs grew at the checkpoints near your patrol being so short-handed. My mind reels at the thought of how anything else could take priority over my brother's life. I tell you what I wouldn't give to be in charge of allocating the security details. You'd have 100 men at your call, but I know that isn't impractical. Please write again when you can. All of us look forward to your words, and I often share them after dinner with our friends and those visiting us here in Driscoll. May your next letter bring news of the eradication or imprisonment of Lizzie Stride and her cursed dead eels. Stay safe, and remember us always, your sister Pearl. I'm not very good with names. I probably would remember your profile pic better, but I probably couldn't remember what your name over in the Discord is. I think. No, it's not.
Missing or damaged time cards will no longer be replaced due to abuse of this indulgence. Any worker without a time card will be denied admission to the grounds and summarily terminated.
Run. It's safe right now. I got the place all to myself. Boop. Depleted tanks. Frank, I told you to have this thing replenished with a full tank at all times. We have a shipment coming in soon, and this crane better be working by the time it arrives, or someone will be demoted to sewer cleanup. Kanan. Ta-da! Okie dokie. Yep. So how's it going, wobbly bee's knees?
I ain't stupid. I know you're here. Come on out.
Well, you can know where I am, but you could also be stupid at the same time.
We'll get him next time.
So, I mean, that's what I think. But I could have sworn there was a guy right there. Oh, the rune's over that way. maybe I can get it through here?
Rockwell's got a stubborn reputation. I doubt asking nicely is
hello.
going to work. We'll have to find a more persuasive means of getting what you want out of him. He's probably close to his office. We should start there.
Whoa. That's interesting. So I can do this and just freaking freeze frame myself right here. Like I'm in a freaking 70s movie. Written in blood. You are safe now. No one can find you here. No one can reach you here. I almost died trying, and I'm a better climber than any of them. But you gave me claws for the climb. You want me as much as I want you. We will stay here until they have forgotten about us. We will stay here for as long as it takes. I feel like sleeping. Don't leave while I sleep because I need you. I will stay as long as I can, forever. Not staying that long. I need to go get that freaking room. Sort of that way. How do I get up there?
Abigail Ames has been detained on the slaughterhouse grounds. Pending her interrogation and
Another toad somewhere he doesn't belong.
Come on, hurry up. Go away.
What's your problem?
Where is he?
What? How's it?
Where do you go? Oh, he could be chums if you come out. Pinky promise. You're on. I need
Oh.
more. You're mincemeat.
I don't want to be mincemeat.
Attention.
It sounds like a
Under
bad
plague
time.
conditions, failure to report for work at industries deemed vital to state interests has been declared treasonous by the Lord Regent.
Y'all can have a nap over there. Twats.
You ought to thank us. Sign the contract, and you'll be back at work tomorrow.
2/3 paying with good men and women dead. We aren't signing anything without talking to Abigail.
What's wrong with you people? There's folks in Dunwall begging to do your job for half your pay.
They won't let you in without a time card. But if you get us out of here, you can take mine. I'm not coming back. We still need to get past that wall of light contraption they put up. If you can shut it off, we can slip past the city watch when the time is right.
Alright. I'll see what I can do, buddy. Choking is faster. Ooh. That's a lot of rats. Where'd that guy go? Where the heck are you? Dude, where did you... You were just right here. Where did... He's over on the freaking doodad over here now. Yep. Damn it. He has the key too. I gotta find a way to get this guy.
Any workers found trying to add, interfere with, or free captive livestock will be charged with treason. This is a reminder that collective bargaining in any industry deemed vital to the state is a capital offense. These include metallurgy, whale collection and refinement, security services, and selected legal clerical specializations. Consult the city barrister for clarification and enforcement.
Gotcha! Someone get over here! Eat this!
Ah, fuck! Why did you have to do that? Wobbly! Where are you? You left me alone. I'll put you. You know I have abandonment issues. And you abandoned me anyway. Yep. You monster. I trust in you.
Abigail Ames is considered an enemy of the state.
I trust
Will
in
be
you.
punished accordingly. Do not waste your loyalty on her.
I did something down there, but I don't know what it did. There we go. Goodbye. Get back here. Get back here, filth. There we go. Marvelous. You generate mana slightly faster. Yes, please. Yes, please. Thank you. Oh. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises. Do 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 do.
You're Dowd.
Dowd. Shit, I hope you ain't here for me. I'm just a little fish in a big pond.
I want to know about a ship. The Delilah.
Yeah, I heard of it. Listen, maybe we can help each other out. I work for a very rich man who's keen on seeing Rothwild's business go belly up. This whole business with the strike, our doing. We got a mole on the inside, a lady pretending to run the labor crews, a real talent. She could lie straight to the High Overseer's face and get away with it. We were supposed to meet up last night. I've been spying on the place all day, waiting to hear word. I haven't seen or heard a peep. I was about to shove off. You're here to make a little mayhem anyway. Maybe you could find her. If she's still alive, she'd be able to get you everything you need to know about that ship. No question. And a substantial reward besides. Her name's Abigail Ames.
Attention. Under plague conditions, failure to report for work at industries deemed vital to state interests has been declared treasonous by the Lord Regent.
Oh, that's right. The safe thingy.
Miss you, Wobbly.
The Arc Mine. My experiments continue with what I have been calling the Arc Mine. Initially, I began to work out of idle curiosity, waking from a nap in the middle of the afternoon, during the month of clans. I wondered whether it might be possible to separate a flat disc filled with refined whale oil from an array of very short striking rods, until such time as sufficient weight be applied to the upper side of the device. After turning to pragmatic considerations, I imagined the arc mine might be used to incinerate some unfortunate member of enemy forces approaching, say, a military encampment. After early tests on livestock proved successful, I requested a live human subject, already scheduled for execution for crimes that were, I assure you, most dire. Burroughs was more than happy to comply, assuming he could witness the demonstration. He brought a prisoner from Coldridge, someone named Vaughn, I believe, and returned him loose in the test area blindfolded, stumbling about until triggering the device. Burroughs was most pleased, not only because of Arcmine's effectiveness as a lethal deterrent, but also because of its potential psychological impacts on enemy forces. Further, it left no gore or other mess, and Burroughs is a strong supporter of anything clean and tidy. Lovely and terrifying with nothing left to wipe up. Those were Higgs' exact words. I have left notes to myself, assuming I pick up the project again, because there may be a way to produce a version of the Arcmine that is entirely harmless, simply rendering the subject unconscious. Much more testing is required. Ooh.
This is a public warning.
I
Corvo
would want
Atana,
that thing.
the assassin and one-time royal protector, has escaped from confinement and is at large within the city. Any sightings of this state criminal must be reported to the City Watch at once.
Everywhere I go, I see his face. 787. Or 181? I'm gonna go with 7. Ah! Oh.
This is a reminder that collective bargaining in any industry deemed vital to the state is a capital offense.
Yeah.
These include metallurgy, whale collection and refinement, security services, and selected legal and clerical specializations.
Yeah.
Consult the city barrister for clarification and enforcement.
There you go. Ooh, that is fast. I like that. That is a fast choke. Woo! I am speed, baby. Kerchoo. Slaughterhouse Row. For more than 2 decades, a small number of slaughterhouses sat along the Wrenhaven out away from the finer quarters of Dunwall, due to the blood, rats, and stench associated with processing meat. Independent whaling ships brought in the occasional Leviathan, and barges delivered herds of blood oxen. An individual slaughterhouse might fold due to mismanagement, but the numbers stayed roughly the same, producing the meat, leather, and grease byproducts needed across the capital city. Only when the Roseberry processing treatment was discovered did the whaling trade begin to rise in prominence, driven by the many new uses for the much more volatile refined whale oil, including military and security uses. Early into Empress Jessamine Caldwell's brief reign, the well-known inventor and natural philosopher Anton Sokolov introduced a series of devices that would begin to see deployment across Dunwall, directed by the Royal Spy Master Hiram Burroughs. With this lucrative turn of events, the number of slaughterhouses quadrupled, and the demand for fresh whales increased proportionately. Many districts immediately adjacent to what was suddenly known as Slaughterhouse Row began to change as families moved away to avoid the industrial fumes and awful runoff product produced by the processing plants. Crime grew overnight, forcing the City Watch to redouble its effort against Dunwall gangs.
Time cards on site. Nobody gets in or out without those things. Time to send
Now
a
the time
message.
cards. Was it 787? Yeah. Small scale explosive refinement. RDD. Badu. Time card. Yeah, boy. Ah. Well, you could have just not noticed me, you know? But no, you just had to notice. What is that? Way and up she rises, way and up she rises, way and up she rises early in the morning. Kaboom. Yep.
This is a public warning. Corvo Atano, the assassin and one-time royal protector, has escaped from confinement and is at large within the city. Any sightings of this state criminal must be reported to the City Watch at once.
Oh, it's crazy, bruh. Am I going? I super utterly insane, bro. Hello, brother.
There's the wall of light down.
Indeed it is, my good man. He got that thing right up top of the grid.
You're
Got
free
that.
to go. Make your way out of this place.
Thank you. Guess you took what you came for. Just, if you see Abigail Ames, tell her we still believe in her.
Yup, turn the power switch right off, I did. Wasn't too much of a problem, just a flick of a switch that was. Power thing is off and all. Excuse me, sir. Just need to get past. Thank you. Oh, I do believe that's about it right here. Nothing much else to do around here other than small pickings. But small pickings is what I love more. I love getting all the coins. Because eventually they all add up. What's this? Pylon control box key.
Any worker without a time card will be denied admission to the grounds
Interesting.
and summarily terminated.
I could have done that without alerting his dumbass. Neato. Alrighty, daddy, let's go. Yeet. Yeet. Yep. Yeah. Whee. Yep. Sneaky boy, sneaky boy, sneaky boy, I'm a sneaky boy. Do 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 Oh, what's this?
I spotted a makeshift interrogation room in the meat locker.
Neato.
It might be useful to you, considering our mission here.
Right. Alright, I can't go up there, that's cool. Good to know. Good to know. bone charm over there. This place ruin over here. I'm gonna go after you first. Ow. Ah. Oh, how did I miss that? How am I missing? Stop missing. Gosh darn it. What the fuck off. I'm trying not to kill you, you twats. Why?
How'd he get away? I need some help, damn it.
Why is my thing not working? God damn it, it's so fucking annoying.
How dare you? How fucking dare you? You dare fucking stop while I am trying to use you? You asshole. Oh, fuck you. Stay active, you twat.
Gonna need you, sir, to piss off. Assholes. Good lord, you guys are annoying. Get on the thing. Idiots. Gosh. Hey. Oh, there we go. I was wondering why I wasn't able to freaking pick him up. That was weird. You go over here with your freaking buddy, you twat. Back you. You're all stupid. Alright, just hang in there, I guess. Hey, how's it hanging? Hanging on strong, I see. Give me you. Give me you sneaky beaky. The dude's arm is stretched out really long. I don't think that's safe for him. That's not a very safe thing to do, man. You just straight dislocated your arm, bro. Not a very good idea, if you ask me. Oh. Come on. I know you can get up there. Could have just jumped. No. I want to be a twat about everything. Operating a butcher saw. Excerpt from a company pamphlet. First reminder, all equipment within the Rothwald slaughterhouse is the sole property of Mr. Bundry Rothwald himself. Leased to an individual worker on a per-shift basis. A butcher's saw is not to be equipped and used without proper training and authorization. Misuse of the equipment could result in disfigurement or death. The saw itself is composed of 3 systems: power supply, cutting blade, and chip ejector. The reciprocating blade is cast of hardened steel, and when properly maintained, provides severe sharpness. It is crafted to slice flesh, but will cut bones with ease. The mechanism for powering the blades is a harness supporting custom-sized tanks for whale oil, capable of driving the saw for an entire shift before refueling is required. Care must be taken not to strike, heat, or electrify these tanks. The ejector is a new modification, casting out a stream of flat blade fragments. What? Since the girth of a whale often exceeds a butcher's reach, the ejector allows for blasting away unwanted offal or breaking down dense bones at a distance. Interesting. That's weird. That's fucking crazy. So they thought of that. Just the way they come up with these concepts for their devices is pretty interesting. What they're used for and why they have it. It's really cool how they explain everything. Yep. Hello, little rune. Oh, come on. There we go. Ah, some boys who need some sleepy sleeps. Anton Sokolov's lab journal. Vivisection of the third life specimen is almost complete. Careful perforation of the lower diaphragm has brought me closer to observing secretion of the oil, but the process retains its mystery. This creature has weakened considerably since its capture, and its output is quite low. I have attached electrical stimulators to the beast. A mild current increases output by 20%, to the considerable complaint of the whale, I might add. Increasing the voltage will likely kill the creature, so further exploration will have to wait on a stronger specimen. For now, the music continues.
Don't let your guard down.
I know what this is. A makeshift interrogation chair. Rothwild must be using it to coerce employees.
Probably. Way up she rises, way
So,
up she...
what do those idiots want anyway?
Well, they think they don't get treated fairly, because they can get fired for refusing to do dangerous work.
What? What dangerous work? We're the ones that do the dirty stuff around here. Maybe we need to be organizing, huh?
Hey, that's not funny. Say that again, even as a joke, and you're whale.
Yeah, sure. I'm just saying.
Stop listening in on that Abigail Ames tricky talk. She'll corrupt you.
No. My head's clear. I know which side my bread's buttered on. I'll be glad when we get the order to get rid of that. It's only a matter of time.
Interesting. Woo! I love that new choke. You see there. Don't know how I got there, but I did. It's like half a circle and it's just jostling around.
While striking labor is my generous understanding. At pay
What are you doing, dude? You're like straight fucking eviscerating this guy. Hey, look that way.
Look around. He's here somewhere.
This way.
He's here somewhere.
Am I? Or am I somewhere else?
I'll find you eventually. You ain't leaving this place alive. Turn tail.
Not my fault.
There you go. I think he's a friend. Hello.
Rothwild has a chair in the meat locker. He uses it to control the workers there.
Oh. Alright, well I guess that that confirms that chair thing. Coolio. Winging up she rises, winging up she rises, winging up she rises early in the morning.
Dice.
I think that's it for right now. There's a couple arrows, but I don't think those are going to be useful for me right now. Howdy-o. Come on. Sleepy, 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 sleepy. Sleepy, 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 sleepy.
Dice.
Careful. Keep that safety on, buddy boo. Otherwise, things won't exactly end up safe for you. Whale vivisection. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variants of physiology. On the second leg of the trip east of Tivia, the crew hauled aboard a female some 42 foot in length. I estimate she weighed 35 tons, and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night, with her thrashing. By candlelight, I took her apart, sketching and taking notes against her bellowing. I cut into the massive tentacles around her mouth. Within, I found row upon row of teeth, and a baleen running along the upper jaw. Through this room-like structure, I assumed she filtered food from the water that was too small to be chewed. Yep. Yep. They're doing some cool whale facts, yo. You like them sweet whale facts, baby? Yep. Oh. Hello.
What shall we do with a striking worker? What shall we do with you, Miss Ames?
Give. Ow. Worth it. Oh, hello. There you go. No bushes. Man, this freaking, whatchamacallit. I really do like the choke speed. That choke speed is real nice. So fast, too. Oh, 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 oh. Way up she rises. Come on, hurry up. Come on, move it. Move it. Move it. Move it. Move it. Move it. Da da do da do 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 do. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. La 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 la. Come on. Muévete, lávete las manos. Lávete las manos. Oh, hello. Not yet. Not yet. And now. Yeet!
Damn it! I ain't stupid. I know
Yeah, you are.
here.
You're very stupid.
One out.
Stupid. Stupid. Look at you.
I'll find you eventually.
Stinky brain.
You ain't leaving this place alive.
Haha. Dum dum.
Dice.
Boop. 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 Nope. Yep. Boop. Yep. Whale oil processing. Excerpt from The Founder of the Graves Whale House by Ebenezer Greaves. Out at sea, they secure the beast with hooks, with lines cast from the main ship and from several smaller boats. Buoys kept the whale from diving deep. Once it's caught, a larger hook is driven through the tail, which is used to hoist the creature up through the chute. They moan and bellow for some time as the men get them onto the deck, then lift them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its prow and returns to port in Dunwall, where the crew works on the great creature, slicing off the fattiest parts while it still lives. I can't go in there.
How long? How much does he know by now?
No, this is about the workers. This is about fair pay and safe conditions.
Don't bother. You're not the first of his moles I've caught. Whatever.
Bundry Rothwild, the Opportunist. Excerpt from an investigator's reports. Young Rothwild was never convicted for any of the killings. In all cases, the courts ruled that he had acted in self-defense, or in the defense of his property. Not that his property was substantial, the Rothwilds were not a family of means and depended heavily on the charity of the Abbey of the Everyman. The senior Rothwild went down with the whaling ship Huntress when Bundry was only 10 years old. His mother Ruth was lost the following year to an industrial incident in the bottle-making factory where she worked. Rothwild became the sole guardian for his younger brother, and managed to support them both by hanging around the harbor, doing odd jobs for whalers who had known his father or others on the Huntress. By then, Bundry Rothwild was already familiar with the club and the knife, and was no stranger to odd occurrences. Things went from bad to worse for Rothwild when, on his 13th birthday, his younger sibling was taken by the overseers. Allegedly, the boy failed the successive trials and did not return home. Rothwild lacked the funds to pay an investigator, and no subsequent hint of his brother's fate have ever been learned. This latest tragedy to befall Bundry Rothwild instilled in him a view that the world itself was malevolent, and hungry for life, especially innocent life. After a time of black mourning, he approached the whaling ship cutter and began learning the trade from the crew. Rothwald took to whaling with great success. At sea, he hunted the beasts with a single-minded purpose, and would take extraordinary risks in locating and harpooning his prey. Among the crew, those men he could not beat senseless, he outwitted. In short order, he petitioned the maritime barrister Arnold Timsch to grant young Rothwald a whaling license, paying the significant fees himself rather than relying on a sponsor for the funds. The rapid ascent of Bundy Rothwald had begun.
I trust him. Extra elixir rations, bags of coins, bonuses. But you're about to see that my generosity is counterbalanced by a very humane side.
Mr. Rothwild, Fundry.
Don't call me that. That privilege is lost to you.
You don't know Ramsey. When he comes for me, he'll kill you. He'll gut you like the street filth you are, and feed you to the rats.
Ah, now it comes out. No one is coming. I've broken your strike, and my butchers are the finest fighters in Dunwall. Miss Ames, you're about to find out a few things I learned when I was a gaffer. I can do things that don't even hurt at first. This conversation is going to last a long, long time.
Not really. Sorry to cut that short. Hello.
Well, Dowd, what do you want with me?
I'm not here for you. I'm here to learn about a ship called the Delilah.
Did the Lord Regent send you? That old fool, Hiram Burrows. I know all about the Delilah. All of it. And I can give you exactly what you want.
Please do.
Not so fast. I need something from you in exchange.
That's what I thought. What?
We're both professionals, Mr. Dowd. I was hired to get these gutless workers striking, which I did very nicely. And then destroy the slaughterhouse itself. That's where I got caught. And that's where I need your help.
How?
The whale oil in those tanks out there is enough to destroy this entire place. The important industrial bits, especially. Just open all the valves at once to let the oil start flowing. The pressure will go out of control, and... boom.
What about the people inside?
Growing a conscience? The factory workers are already out. My boss will hire them on, in better conditions than they'd ever see here. Not the butchers, though. They can die screaming for all I care.
Don't try and con me.
Wouldn't dream of it. Here's the key. Don't get caught. You take care of the slaughterhouse, and I'll tell you everything I know about the Delilah.
You know, I could put you in Rothwild's interrogation chair myself. Why should I bargain with you?
Because it's a long and messy solution. And I'm gambling you're not the kind of man who likes that. Make a deal with me, and I can tell you what you want, and pay you for your trouble.
I'll consider it.
Injury report code. 5 injuries were reported over the span of 1 week, resulting in 2 fatalities. I learned that was the code of the last stream. But nobody will know about that, because I didn't upload that in post. Rothwild. The interrogation chair is set up in the meat locker and fully powered. We have run some test runs on a few of the most problematic laborers. They spill all of their secrets very quickly. They seem to die easily after about 4 treatments. She is ready for you whenever you need her. Granville, Butcher Foreman. 4 times. After 4 times, death. Shipment manifest. Captain Withers. All of the cargo destined for Samora, Tivia has been approved. Please delay loading until just before departure. There is a special delivery that was to be prepared by Foreman Ames, but she has been detained at the moment, so that particular shipment is suspended for now. If the special package has not been prepared by sundown, you may depart on schedule and other arrangements will be made. Remember, only our approved list of crewmen are allowed to handle this delicate cargo. Marine Clerk William Broadway. Go over there. Up. Up.
Fleet report for the month of Nets. The Dauntless sailed north 10 days to no result. Word is she restocked at Driscoll to pursue a large pod east of Morley. The Delilah is coming back fully loaded. No reports of lights or singing. Another sign the barristers lost it. The Huntress is in dry dock after a nighttime ramming off Pandyssia. Engineers looked at the damage. They say it wasn't a whale. If it was a very odd-looking one.
Can I choke both of them? What is that, RB? Yeah. So I can choke her right now. Max mana has been slightly increased. Yes! Give. Potions give her health. Sharp assassination gets her health. I don't care about none of that. Ames negotiations. Mr. Rothwild, my research on Abigail Ames has turned up nothing. She has no close kin that we can leverage. Looks like the plague took her sister and mother. Her father died on a whaling ship of your predecessor about 10 years ago. As far as blackmail goes, she's got no secrets I could uncover. Devout as an overseer, it seems. Not surprising since she's rejected every blackmail offer to come her way. I don't think she's making a power play. She seems to legitimately have the best interests of the laborers in mind. As I interview the workers, it seems she really has them in thrall. They'll do whatever she says, and their belief in her is absolute. If something happens to her, as in like an accident or something, I expect they'll riot. I'll keep searching for an angle on her, but in the meantime I advise leaving her intact. It might be worth even considering some of her reforms. I know that doesn't suit you, but at least it will buy some time and get the workers back in here. The butchers lack the finer skills to keep this place operational. Your servant.
What a sad song the old behemoth sings. It looks right at me when I sit here to have my nightcap. Yeah, look at me. A fly next to you, but I'm your master, ain't I? Killed 100 of your kind, and I'll kill 1,000 more before I'm done. Drain you, then feed you to my butchers. The mournful cries of the whales don't touch that lot. No, sir. They don't have hearts, I think. But by the outsider, I think I still have a small one. Shriveled and blackened as it may be. Yes, sing me a lullaby while I have another drink. Sing.
Sleepy dart. Last turn is over there.
The power system in there looks like it will put down that whale in an instant. I almost think you should. I know they're just beasts, but still.
What's that?
Nothing. You didn't see anything. No. Stop that right now, buddy. I'll be taking that. Thank you. You won't be needing it, will ya? I'm sure you can do without. Cool. There it is. I do believe if I blow up this freaking place, that would count toward the death of these guys, which I don't think would be good for the pacifist route. There we go. Aha. There you are. Mysterious object, Anton. This thing was found in the belly of catcher number 184 when we were processing it. I've seen plenty of weird things in a whale's gut, but never one of these. Must have consumed it in the deep. And I think it's been there quite a while. Don't ask me how I can tell. If you have any ideas of what this may be, please inform me. One of these was recovered back in the month of wind, but I haven't seen it, or the man that found it since then. Bet I have.
Nice.
Alley up. Go there. I wonder if I can take the eye out while it's alive. Just wondering. Guess not. Yeah, they took its other eye out right there. Alright. What is this? Electrocuting a whale. I set up this device to stimulate the whale's nervous system, with the intention that doing so will prolong oil secretions and squeeze more of the precious fluid out from each catch. Unfortunately, this device can lead to the instant death of the beast if too much power is used. Filling both tanks and activating the device extinguishes all life function in an instant. A painless and quick experiment for the whale, but at the loss of the additional revenue that can be generated by sustaining it as long as possible. Anton Sokol. Gross. Can I go in your mouth, dude? I wanna go in your mouth. Explore your body. Oakley dokley, neighborino. Let's see. There's 4 of them. Boop. Oh. do that. Sorry, madam, but I do
The Empress
not...
should have hired you to protect her. We'd be living in a different world now.
I don't know about that. You know, the funny thing about that, you know, yeah. So how's the how's the weather?
I'll make sure you get to enjoy this.
What do you want to know that's worth crossing a man like me?
I want to know about a ship named Delilah. What's behind the name?
Choke on your own spit.
Alright. Well, if that's what you want.
Who is Delilah?
Ha! Think I'll give up a friend at the first tickle? That's the kind of thing I'd pay your sister for down at the Golden Cat.
We'll feed you through your own factory. See if we can get oil out of your blubber.
You know your work, I'll give you that. We can talk this out, like businessmen.
Why did you name it Delilah?
What do you care? And it wasn't me. The previous owner named it after some sweetheart that's a painter. Piss off!
Oh, piss off, you say, huh?
Who was the previous owner?
Barrister Timps, all right? He told me the story. Delilah was a woman he knew. Grew up working in Dunwall Tower. And got kicked out. Became a painter. Funny airs, like proud. She caught his eye, but it was worse than that. He couldn't think of anything else, just her. She wormed into his mind somehow. He built that ship for her and a lot more. Gave her half his fortune. Then he got scared. Came to me afraid. Man, like that, afraid. He wanted to dump the ship and I needed a business partner, so we made a deal. And to change the name. Wish I'd done it.
I hope that was satisfying. Here's the room key. When you're ready to go.
Thank you.
Sir, earlier I spotted crates bound for the most remote corner of the Empire. Might be worth stuffing him in one, just to tie things off. He doesn't seem the type to forgive, of course. Why go through all the trouble when a blade to the neck would accomplish the same thing?
Alright.
It's not even me.
Alright, buddy. Into the crate you go. Come on. Up this way. Roof exit, la-dee-doo. La-da-da-da-da. The other lady can go fuck off. She can do her own dirty work. Instead of having me do that. Sleep tight, sweet prince. Sleep tight. No sense in worrying about anything while I go down here. Might as well just go through the front door. Ow! Bundry Rothwild is a ruthless businessman who owns a slaughterhouse and a fleet of whaling ships, including a ship called the Delilah. Infiltrate the Rothwild slaughterhouse and find out what's behind the name. Oakley dokley, neighborino. Billy Lurk.
We're not done yet. That might be worth checking out.
Come on. Thank you. Jeez, that was annoying. Where'd the other one go? Oh, that twat. Of course, little bitch.
Thank you. Let's go. I'm worried they sent for the hounds.
Totally fine. Yep. So cool. Ah! Fuck! I thought I was able to do it right after. Well, frick. Oh, I almost missed some coins. Hell no. Fuck you. Ah. Dang it. Up.
We're not done yet, assassin. What about the... I won't be catching this rat bastard. Oh, I'll find you.
You twat. Fuck you. Where did you even come from, dude? No, you don't.
Thank you. Let's go. I'm worried they sent for the hounds.
Oh, hello. There's a coin.
When I find you, it's going to be bad.
A shiny penny. Oh. What is this? What? I put the whale's eye in there? Why did I do that? Granny's recipe. The port side of a whale nearly dead. Plop it in the pot, grizzly and red. Weeper, weeper, weeps no more. Laid to rest on blood-edged floor. Do this for me, dearie, and I'll give you a birthday treat. Granny. Laid to rest on blood-edged floor. A weeper? Whale eye needed? I thought I already put a whale eye in there. Oh. Alley-oop. Ow. Ah. Oh, I can't swim any further. Stop putting me down the water. Damn. It's really annoying. It's like trying to force me into the freaking ocean. I do believe there was a Weeper body somewhere. Maybe.
I'll write to her again. She has to see reason. If he comes back, I'll earn another promotion. Let's just see what happens if I get another crack at this
I
guy.
think there's a body around here somewhere, actually. A Weeper body. Somewhere right here. Yes. Come here, Weeper corpse. Near the occult markings. He's already dead. What does it matter? You know? Yep. Ah! Damn it! Yep. Neato. 6 out of 6.
None of this would have gotten so bad if that damn fool Corvo hadn't.
Shh! Do not speak ill of Corvo. He is precious. Oh god, I thought I froze there for a second. I just got stuck. It's fine. Alright, buddies. Time to go. Oh.
Guard, to me!
Oh, dang it. Ah,
Die,
frick.
damn it! I'll read signs from your entrails.
Son of a bitch.
Come on, lost it. Let my hands not be restless. Reveal yourself.
No.
Die, you little furball.
Sleep.
Good night. Oh. Coins. Delicious, delicious coins. I love coins. Good morning, sir. I hope you enjoyed your work today. You deserve some sleep. Day of good hard work. I'm not gonna be able to reach over there. Up.
I'm still trying to figure out why you let the Empress's bodyguard go. And now Rothwild's snug in a box. What's got into you? Barrister Timsh lives up in the legal district. I know it pretty well. From what I hear, the Timsh family is practically at war with itself. Talk to his niece Tali if you can. I should probably tag along when you go. Crazy rich people are buying up a lot of that Sokolov security technology these days. Keeps the weepers and looters out. I might be useful.
Alright.
Let's go.
I need the restroom. Be right back. Damn it. I forgot. I forgot to put on the standby thing. Damn it. What's this? Delilah once painted portraits for Barrister Arnold Termish, a corrupt aristocrat who uses his legal powers to evict families from their homes and claim property for the Lord Regent. based on false accusation of plague. Barrister Timp's Barrister Timp's niece, Thalia, hates him. She has promised to help you locate Delilah for a price. Meet with Thalia to find out what she knows. Okay?
As a young girl, Delilah was a baker's apprentice in Dunwall Tower. Years later, a painter in Sokolov Circle. Barrister Arnold Timsh paid her to paint portraits. Him, I knew. A nobleman, born rich. And now he was making a second fortune, seizing the assets of plague victims for the Lord Regent. But Barrister Timms was also fighting a private war with his own niece. Something to do with the family fortune. Lurk was probably right. We needed to speak with the niece first. Her feud with the old barrister was something we could use. I got a message to the barrister's niece, and she claimed to know things about Delilah that no one else did. But the knowledge would have a price. I wasn't surprised. I went to meet her.
Alright, new territory. As much sleep darts as I can. If anyone leave a ruin by the ruined bridge for you to pick up. Okay. This would be nice too. With the reload. And I guess the accuracy might be nice too. Oh shit.
That was gentle. He'll snore for an hour.
She didn't kill him.
Talia should be waiting in Trevor's Close. It's an alley just past the Wall of Light. You'll know it by 3 whitewashed skulls.
That's cool. So she's like influenced by my pacifism. That's cool. Because after I beat that last mission, when I went with the I forget what the name for it is, but when I went and killed basically everyone there for the last one, when I came here, she killed him with a sword, drove it straight through his freaking back. It's really cool though that she like didn't kill him this time and just made him pass out for a bit. Also, I'm eating, sorry. She's very pretty. If anyone is here and feels like talking, that's totally fine. know, assassins gotta eat too, you know. I'm almost done.
Someone there?
No.
Stop messing around and come out at once.
Twat. I'm almost done. All right. It's very relaxing looking at this game. It's just pretty as fuck. I could put you over there. Boop. Don't ever suspect a thing. Too stealthy, boy. Water. Alright. Geronimo! Oh, Assassin's note. As requested. Aw, so sweet. Thank you. Yeet. No, I can't go there. Fine.
Let me know if you want to take my patrol, please. Not now.
Not 4 of them around here.
Has been reported missing. Remain vigilant and report any suspicious persons or activity to the City Watch.
see nothing. Give. Ooh, sleep darts. Did it? Ah, frick, the zip zaps of the blip blip. Oh! Don't work. You'll never take me alive. Nope. Nope. Sleep. 99. Sleepy deepy. Hey!
He's here.
That's Polios.
I know you're somewhere around here. We know you're here.
No, you don't.
Find you.
Hey, stop it.
Find that son of a bitch. I'll find you.
Ah! Stop it.
We know you're here.
I don't want to waste so much.
I'll flush you out.
Oh, I can't.
Any person with information that leads to her discovery
Quit.
will be granted
I'm like
a
Spider-Man, baby. Quit. Gosh, what a bunch of assholes. Dude, you serious? Get out of here. You're annoying. Twats. Damn. Over here trying not to kill you, and here you wanting to die. Idiots.
This area is under lockdown. Any unauthorized individual
Yeet.
immediately with lethal force.
Yep. Hey, you get in there.
The heir to the throne, Emily Caldwin,
Yep.
will be granted a substantial reward.
Yep. Hmm. Thought there were more. I guess not. Sleep time. Slumber party, baby. Oh yeah.
This area is under lockdown. Any unauthorized individuals are to be considered suspicious and confronted immediately with
Eat
lethal
boom boom. Runes right there. Some over here. Something over meow. La-da-dee-dee.
Who's paying for those clothes?
You're threatening the wrong person. If I were you, I would strongly consider leaving while you still can.
Better.
Really? Where do you live? Probably some mansion on Clavering, right? Come on, let's have it. Or I start cutting.
I'm telling you now, walk away. Go home. You're making a mistake.
Oh yeah? How so?
I'm here to meet a man named Dowd.
The great assassin?
Really?
Oh, I'm really quaking in my boots now. Left a proper stain in my britches. Tell me, who knew he... Oh no!
Hello.
I told you he was coming.
Come on, let's get this guy!
Rude.
Get on with it, rat face! Somebody! Here you are! Here we go. He's gone. Where'd you run him?
Oh, come on. Ah, frick.
What's going on there?
Nothing. Let me up, damn it.
Oh, I'll find you.
Help me look for him. just a matter of time, buddy.
Matter of time before you get high. Ow.
Here we go. He's gone. Where are you? There you are.
Oh, fucking hell. Come on. Oh, you twat. Fuck you.
Get on with the crap face. What the? Where are you?
Just fall asleep, you idiot. Jeez. Hello.
Look at you. The Master Assassin. So you want to know about Delilah?
Nice dress. It's purple. And
My
black.
uncle is bewitched by her, so he won't tell you anything. I require only two things. Get rid of my uncle, and bring me his last will and testament. In exchange, I'll tell you what you want to know about Delilah Copperspoon. And I'll pay you cold hard coin for your trouble. Come back to me when it's done.
Alright.
Let's meet at the docks when you return.
Oakley dokley. Come on, scum. Ooh, penny. Nickel. And to the trash you go, where you belong. Blip. Yep. Coin. Another coin. Yeah, it's nice. There's room in there, it seems. How do I get in there? Maybe through here. More sleepy deepies. Okay, dude. Yeah, it's nice. 99.
Got anything to smoke or eat? Blow off.
Yeah, chopper. To-do list. Loot that one place. Get even with Craxton. That key we nicked from the watch can get us inside the legal district. We'll get some nice pawnables from the lawyer types later tonight. I put the key upstairs for now. Brush my teeth this week. This week. Alley-oop. Oh, here I was thinking that he would have freaking went on the other way. But no.
What was that?
Want to find out? You wanna find out? Oh, come on. Oh, bull. Shut up. That's bull.
Where'd he go so quick?
Come on, Sleepy Deepy.
Someone's about to get shipped.
I won't cut you if you even touch me once.
Don't let him get lost. Come on, spread out. Damn it. What now? I know you're here.
Well, do you now?
See?
Well, fuck. Guess you do now.
Somebody, give me a hand.
Whoa! Ah, frick. Ah, you assholes. I don't want to waste sleepy deepies on them, but they are forced in my hand.
Where are you? Let's get this guy. Are you asleep? Get up. I know you're here. Come on, spread out.
Why? Just go away, dude.
Run off to.
Would you rather I killed you guys? Just go away. Go that way.
Hey, we're gonna find your sorry ass. Oh, I'll find you. Looky, looky.
Oh, come on. I'm gonna have to do this a long way. I know there's someone right here. There goes some people right there. You don't see me, go away.
Stupid rats.
Look at this.
Leg.
Can't pretend that you know where I am.
The Hatters have been trying to get in. We don't need any more burdens. Better keep his eye on the key. Hatters would likely come after.
There it is. There you go. You rest right there for now. I'm gonna loot. This powerful irritant can be thrown. Choke dust. Oh, okay. I guess I never picked it up in the world yet. The Roadshore Chambers of Commerce. Excerpt from a book covering the various districts across Dunwall and their histories. Once the financial heart of the empire, the Red Shore Financial District was a hive of trade activity. No district employed more barristers, accountants, or indeed more security, and no part of Dunwall saw a greater flow of coin. When the flood barriers broke and the waters rolled in, the looting that followed was accompanied by an epic period of chaos and butchery. Those who could withdraw and move their assets did what they could. Others, with their wealth tied up in grand mansions and artwork, lost it all. When the last of the high society had withdrawn and the lights went dark, Rudshore was a gloomy, crumbling shell of what it had been, inhabited by thieves, wild dogs, and rats. Once great palaces of commerce sat empty and haunted, or came to house killers and mercenaries, as well as anyone else looking to hide from the city watch. In mere months, the flooded district was settled upon the most proper name for the place. Nobody likes it when I read. Traveling to Bendicia. Oh well. Excerpt from a Travel Chronicle by Anton Sokolov. The men I set out with are good sailors. No doubt half of them have cut their teeth on the rascally pirate ship spawned in the Sarkonin archipelago. Or they were, I should say. Half of them died before we sighted the broken red cliffs welcoming those who would visit the far continent, as it is called. Sickness in fighting, poisoned by a school, or would anyone... Sorry. Sickness in fighting, poisoned by a school, or would one say a flock, of small fish that fly over the waves like birds, landing in the hundreds across the deck, pricking any they touched with toxic quills. 2 thrown overboard by gusting demon winds. The quiet Tivian navigator simply dead in his bunk, wrapped in his white furs, wide-eyed with terror. Few have crossed the ocean and the distance to Pandacia. Few have crossed the ocean, and the distance to Pandacia is greater than most would imagine. More died climbing the cliffs, and now with but a handful I stand looking across the greatest expanse of land that exists. My allies are frightened, for this is beyond them. And now their captain is dead too, stung by something that resembled a prairie mole, but reacted with great apoplectic outrage when handled. Apoplectic. So it falls on me to lead them. Drop his mana, I don't care about that. The Hatters? Excerpt from the Hatters, well-dressed kings of the lost low streets. The following is reconstructed from a discourse with a street person I encountered in a disreputable whiskey house in, while incognito. The Hatters used to run all the rackets round Dunwall. Whiskey, weapons, hound fights, whatever the game, the Hatters had a big stake in it. Then the plague came and tore the whole damn city apart. All that chaos led to new bosses cropping up. Most were shitheels that didn't last a week. But there were some hard cases like Lizzie Stride, Jim Dundermore, and Black Sally, and Slackjaw. His Bottle Street boys took the whiskey distillery from the Hatters and started pumping out bootleg elixir. That kicked off a gang war that made all the alleys red with blood. Problem was the Hatters, were getting it from all sides. The dead eels were pinching all the river smuggling deals. The butchers were driving us out of the slaughterhouse, bro. We were bleeding from dozen different cuts, losing some of our best guys, so we pulled back. Just for a while. As always, anyone who counts the Hatters out is 2 trumps short of a full deck of Nancy. The boss is a real devious son of a bitch. Been around since before the Caldwins, but I ain't talking about him. But I ain't talking about him. Hatters don't talk about the geezers, even ex-Hatters. Note, despite my lavish bribery, the man refused to speak further on the subject. In fact, it became obvious I had aroused his suspicion by that point, so I was forced to make my escape from the basement. Scholar Joella Burgess, Academy of Natural Philosophy, Historical Annex. Oh wait, what the fuck? There's no fucking way. Fuck you. You didn't see shit. Don't pretend like you saw something.
I know you're here.
I know you're bullshitting.
Keep skulking around. All right, I give up. It was nothing.
Good.
Check
Fuck
under
you.
everything. Bad. Yeah, must have been nothing.
That's a lot of them.
I know you're here somewhere, skunk.
Why are you being alerted? Stop it. Oh, bull. Fuck off. Fuck off. Leave my fucking abilities alone.
Keep skulking around. Let's feed him to the hounds. Aha! Keep your eyes open.
Oh boy.
You're gonna bleed, damn you.
Piss off, twat. Move slightly faster when carrying a corpse. Sounds very useful. Here you are. What do you mean, here you are? You don't know where I'm at. How the fuck do you see me? Fuck you, dude.
Where'd he go? Guards, to me!
Why? Fuck off, dude. Damn. Ah, you assholes. Damn, you guys are so fucking annoying.
Why bother with something like this? Tasteless.
Fuck off, you don't see shit. Quit pretending like you do. You're bullshit. What do you mean, where'd you run off to? You didn't see anything. Fuck you. You didn't have no fucking line of sight. Asshole. Stop turning off my abilities. Leave them on. Oh, what's this? Page torn from an old manuscript written in a scrolling hand. Cruel Nancy, take the world from her greedy hands, lay it before the black-eyed groom. Cut sharp, cut deep, red drip drop. Last and least, burn it in the hearth of a lawless man. Why? I don't wanna.
Captain locked up the legal dispute. Heavily called. We don't need any person with information. Better keep his eye on the key. Hatters are likely. Come after him.
Fuck off! Get on my freaking shoulder, asshole! Fuck you! Damn, you're annoying.
More big red swarms. Another night. Another patrol with
Missing Kino? Cap, looks like the Hatters broke in and took the key to the legal district. We're gonna knock some heads, Pete. Dead counters responsibilities. Excerpt from a manual on the City Watch procedures. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of a growing plague crisis, the dead counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any dead counter will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms called weepers in common parlance. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test and, if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. Pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir, at 1 1/2 normal pay grade. I got a hat. What do I do with a hat? Oh, time is frozen while you aim if you aren't moving. I already know that. No, never mind. I already had that thing. Let's see. Rapid forward movement for a longer distance. Time is frozen if you aim if you aren't moving. And then I'm gonna get bend time. What do I do with the hat? Fuck off. Is it safe here? Neato. Didn't require any code or anything. Just how I like it. Easy to open. Lizzie Stride and the Dead Eels. William Cotter, captain of the merchant vessel, the Widover, reports that on the 23rd day of the month of Nets, his vessel was waylaid by the Dead Eels. A gang of notorious criminals known for acts of river piracy, wanton destruction, and smuggling. Wanton destruction? What? Did they go to a fucking buffet or some shit and just started ransacking the place? What the hell? What's wanton destruction? Prior to the blockade, the Wendover was bound for Dunwall, bearing medicinal supplies, food, and gathering goods from the city of Driscoll in northeast Gristol. The captain claims that 1:15 midnight he heard the aft bell sound the alarm. As the weather was foggy, the captain's first thought was that of an imminent collision. But when he exited his quarters, he found a grisly scene. Half his men already gutted on the boards, and the rest looked locked in a vicious struggle. Captain Carter surmised that Dead Eels had swum up to the boat and scaled the side of the ship with climbing hooks. But how they'd caught the ship or where they come from, he couldn't fathom. Realizing he had no chance of knowing that the Dead Eels took no prisoners, Captain Carter immediately hid in the hollow of a false-bottomed shipping crate. I asked the captain why a legitimate trader would need secret compartments, but he couldn't remember where he'd gotten it and assured me that it had been empty. Safely hidden from view while his crew was butchered, Cotter also witnessed the appearance of the Dead Eels' leader, a violent woman by the name of Lizzie Stride. He reports that her teeth were filled to sharp points. He reports that her teeth were filed to sharp points and that she went about the deck of the ship barefoot. Cotter, clearly out of his mind with fear, even claims her feet were webbed. Adding to my suspicion, I'll note that Captain Cotter still had the stench of brandy on his breath when the river patrol fished him out of the water. Lizzie Stride proceeded to question the first mate for several minutes before biting the man's tongue out of his own mouth and tossing him into the river. Eventually, the Dead Eels discovered the captain's stash of King Street brandy. Captain Cotter used this discovery and the ensuing celebration as an opportunity to slip overboard undetected. I'm recommending a detailed patrol of the area in case the Dead Eels left any clues. They sank the ship, but some useful wreckage might be recovered. Also, I recommend that William Cotter's status as captain and his trading license be stripped at once. Further, the man should be investigated for charges of smuggling along the Wrenhaven. Officer Manley Hodgkins, Wrenhaven Patrol. Nice. Time for a little sleepy deepy, little buddy. Yeet. Galvani resin. I think that's for the sneaky deekies of my little booty booties. But
Huh?
Nope.
Hey, don't you owe me a drink? You always amuse me.
No. Stay. What the fuck are you doing walking like that, you weirdo? Ah, you're annoying. Asshole. Next time, don't be such a dick. Yeet. Anyone else want to just randomly show up in this room? Oh, there was a door here. Yum, 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 yum. Hey, guess what?
Seen anything scary? Blow off.
Let me get in here. There you go. That's what I like to see.
Gotta be here somewhere. Keep your eyes peeled.
Nothing after all. Probably rats into everything.
Come on. Move it, you twat. Go forward, asshole. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're all pieces of shit.
Any chance you'll share your food with me tonight? You always amuse me.
Oh, you're a piece of shit, dude. Fuck off. Hey, what's that noise? Go check it out.
I know something's up.
Asshole.
I'll get to the
Are you
bottom of it.
seriously?
I gotta stop chewing hammerweed. Nothing here. Maybe wind or something.
Fuck off. I want this as my permanent vision. There we go. Fuck off. This is a permanent residence. Residential infinite sleepy deeps. I just locked myself in. That's annoying. Why? Oh, guess what? There's like noises and stuff coming from here, bro. You should like check it out, dude.
You're going down.
Oh, am I?
Disappear. Eat that heart to the house. Got you now. Flank it.
You'll never take me alive, scrub lords.
Bastard!
Never.
Here you are.
Nuh-uh.
I heard that. Son of a hag finds you. It's going to be bad. We know you're here. We'll find you.
I don't think you will. You know, just saying.
How can we let him get away? Find you.
Oh, there's more of them.
We know you're here. Keep your eyes open. He could be back.
You don't know shit.
Where are you?
All right. I won't be catching this rat.
Look out. We got a prowler.
Stupid goddamn.
What are you? Why are you right there? It's a very dumb place to be, you know. Come on. You'll be safe in here with your buddy boo. Over here on the Betty D. Yeah.
I heard you there.
Oh, did you? You gonna come check it out? You're gonna find out what's making this noise, huh, buddy?
You won't stay hidden for long.
I've turned into a teeny tiny little rat. 99.
I hear you, bastard.
You don't hear shit, you dumb bitch.
Oh, someone's not feeling well. Can't stay hidden. Got you now.
Oi! Fuck you. Twat. Too many assholes. Get out of here, asshole. Oi, twat. Come on. You're going with me. Flop. Right into the wall. Nice. Well, that takes care of that. Up. Up. Yep. Hmm. What's over here? Money. Legal distract, key to legal distract. Aha, one more.
All right, dude. Again.
Uno mas, and you're gone. Sleep tight, buddy. Everything will be all over in a moment. stay in your office. No need to get out until your shift is over.
The heir to the throne, Emily Caldwin, is still missing.
Now to deal with
Any
these
person with
assholes.
information that leads to her discovery will be granted a
Is this wood?
substantial
It's wood.
Keep banging.
Come on. I know that you want to go and check things out. I know that you want to go and check things out. So just go. Just go. Check it out if you want. It's fine, it's fine. You'll be alright. Maybe knocked out in a little bit. You might knock out in a little bit. Knock out in a little bit.
Someone doing Prowling hurt.
I accident. Oh, he's alive. Ah, leave me alone. Leave me alone, man. Ow, you fucking asshole! You'll never take me, Scribblers.
You
So I can
fucking
just-
shit. See that? He's gone.
Indeed, I am. Nowhere to be found. What does it matter? Fuck you.
I know you're here.
You don't know shit, because you're dumb. You dumb bitch. You dead or sleeping? Chauncey?
Where are you?
You look a little dead.
Someone's about to get shanked. Someone's still.
Shut up. Nobody wants to hear your voice. There's a rune down there. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Come on. Let me over here. Can't hide from me. Alright. Oh man. Damn it. Are you serious? I don't remember if there was a safe somewhere around here. sure that there wasn't a safe anywhere. Oh. It. Alright, guess I got everything. Would you believe? Probably. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure though. That's sure enough, right? Get over the wall. Asshole. Delilah once painted portraits for Barrister on a tarnish. A corrupt aristocrat who's limited of that. Okay, I already read that.
Scout up ahead. Try to find out where Timsh is.
There's an equipment stash on the rooftops nearby. We've been anticipating doing a hit on Timsh for some time.
I know. Half the city wants him dead. We'll earn some gold on this one. I'll meet you up ahead.
Who are you?
It's downed, isn't it? You wouldn't be in this district unless you were after Timsh's head.
What do you want?
Revenge. To do to Timsh what he did to me. I want him homeless, a victim of one of his own eviction documents. I've prepared one, complete with the forged signature of the Lord Regent. Please, go to my old apartment. It's right next to Timsh's estate. Here's the address, but I doubt you can get inside from the streets. There you'll find my journal, which contains the entire plot and everything you'll need. But you're a businessman like I once was. I don't expect you to do this for free. If you do go to my apartment, you'll find something stashed there. Consider it your payment in advance.
In advance, you say? I'd probably freaking steal it anyways. Watchman's keys needed. Hey.
But I'm not sure.
Good work, Simmons. Now that that's handled, we can move on. You got the orders from Timsh, right? What's the next address?
Crow's Court on Street. But there's a problem, sir. The Forrestalls live there, and their kids used to sneak us food at the back door. I know it's the job, but it's awfully hard seeing them turned out like this. They don't even have the plague. I've been there last week.
Excellent. Simmons, you'll show me this back stoop and we'll go in that way. Start tallying the place up. You've given us the tactical advantage. We'll get Timsh's money.
But, sir,
I'll put it another way. If it keeps going around...
I know.
You don't know nothing. Thank you. Did you need to escape, sir?
The barrister dying would be nothing to me. I want him to see his own ruin.
A fair and just punishment I will deliver. Do not worry. Ow! I always do this to myself. You don't mind if bodies are being stored here, do you? They're still alive, mind you. Nothing you should worry yourself with. Ah! Ah! Outpost. Abandoned apartment. Ooh. Thank you. Eviction document. Roland's journal. Oh my. So Timsh thinks he's invincible because he carries a letter from the Lord Regent, giving him legal immunity from the state, seizing his goods in case of plague. He carries it everywhere like a talisman, but he's also drafted the instrument of his own destruction. The document he uses for eviction is a generic form drafted by the office of the Lord Regent. It was trivial to acquire a blank one. Acquiring a forgery of the Lord Regent's signature was less easy, but thankfully some of my old connections are still loyal. Now all I need to do is swap the two documents. Getting close enough to Timsh to do it won't be easy. I may need help from a professional. Once that's done, the fool just needs to push to go down. A push. And that's the second part. Inside Timsh's basement there's a device that circulates air in the building. If some material happens to find its way into the device, the building would reek like a weeper's den. I had to be particular about the actual material, as I do not wish to infect the guard or servants with the plague, and cause needless suffering. Aww. The unsavory gentlewoman living in Unit 10 has offered to provide the odorous items, and a sturdy sack to contain it. She craves my rune in exchange, so I will be forced to part with it. She has given me a key to her unit, so I can go and get the sack when I am ready to make my move. There's a sack. Search documents, find the order, door is sack, and then order is sack. Outpost, legal, apartment. Hello. That's my dudes.
One less mess for the watch to clean up.
That's dangerous.
Stupid goddamn Dublin son of Harlan gun.
apartment. Bone charm. Ooh, area map. Oh. Estate building key. Neat.
He's in the lobby, explaining his little system.
Of course. You didn't see anything. What did I say, mister? I said you didn't see anything. You stay there. Silence now.
Any citizens belonging or reporting to a Hatter criminal organization
Who are these people?
will be restrained or killed. Wonder if anyone would...
That's Tivian silk, I'll bet you.
Barrister Timps can afford nice things, since he works for the Lord Regent.
Doing what?
Anyone taken away with the sickness forfeits their property. He does all the legal details, makes it proper.
Doesn't seem fair to lose all your things like that.
It must be, though. Lawyers know these things. Maybe they give it to children.
Huh. You would hope. Not this one, though.
I have to keep this position. He says to bring a bottle, I bring a bottle. He says to bring food, I bring food. He says to undress, I undress.
Careful now.
What? This whole place...
Timsh Estate basement key. Note from Captain Blossom. Kitchen. The tomatoes in yesterday's dinner were overcooked. You know how much I hate overcooked tomatoes. I like them crisp, without that mushy consistency. Am I clear? Please don't ruin my dinner again. Captain Scott Blossom. Well, this guy's a flowery creature, isn't he? Ooh.
People have the worst taste.
Is that just a general statement? Does that include yourself? Get up there.
Bundry Rothwild, founder and proprietor of the Rothwild Slaughterhouse, has been declared missing.
little nappy poo for you. Come on. Sleep with your buddy. Up. Oop. Private. Let's go. And another key. Ooh. Gimme. All the little specks of money, all that up. How do I get up there again? This way. Damn it. Get up there. Uh-huh. This way. Oh, fuck! Ah, shit! Ah, fucking damn it. Ah.
Regular army. That's unusual.
Ah,
What's the occasion?
son of a banana. Oh, that was so much work. All for naught. Because this thing just decided to be a little... Aspolio. Cultist scribblings. This one was born to a wealthy family. He stayed out in the countryside because it was the only place he could see the stars at night. He was never educated, so he did not know what they were. He used to pray to them. Oh. Open. Thank you.
I've always wondered, what does he smell like? Rotting flesh.
Here's one last lesson, for old time's sake. The barrister was a champion at finding his enemy's weak points, but he didn't see Delilah as a threat until it was too late. No one's watching Delilah now except you. And me, of course. I see everything. I see forever. And right now, I see a man walking a tightrope over a sea of blood and filth. The Empress is dead, and the water's rising. You've got Rothwild packed into a crate, bound for the frozen north, Dowd. Surprisingly clean work for a man with so much blood on his hands. Did the Empress change you? Or do you think this will help you dodge what's coming? You'd better hurry. You're running out of rope.
You were in a daze. I hope it was enlightening.
Interesting. Very interesting. Apartment 10K. Legal District Waterfront? What? Oh, I see. Alright. I like these load screens. They're very quick. Damn it. Where? I don't see anyone. There he is.
What happened? Whacked in the head? You won't stay hidden. He's hidden.
Shut up. Why the hell couldn't I see you, asshole?
Hey, wake up. I'll flush you out.
No, you won't.
I'll find you. Here
Think
you
of it.
are.
Ah, fuck.
Damn you.
Fuck off. Don't you dare. Ugh. Suppose I have to hide these assholes. Dumbass. Little empty space is gonna bother me.
Anyone taken away with the sickness forfeits their property. Legal details makes it proper.
Let's switch the documents first.
Lose all your things like that.
Give me the coins. Give. Dang it! Give me the freaking coins, you asshole!
I hear they might lift the curfew.
Coin. Give.
Well,
Thank you.
told her to keep the children inside. I told her.
Oof.
Oh.
No time. Both of you stay here. Do not make another sound. Alright. What is this thing? Oh. Huh. Oh.
Naturally, I have little cause for concern. The Lord Regents tended to that, granting me special immunity to all legal provisions concerning the plague.
Of course. The Regent needs the smartest and most capable in the city unencumbered by plague privilege.
Quite. I keep the document with me at all times.
Ah, what makes you among the smartest, would you say? Just an example.
Take the rat plague. Oh, yes. What a calamity. Half the city is bleeding out its eyes.
Note to Gurren. I understand your concern about security, but I trust in the security of the key hanging from my own belt, not a combination lock. A combination lock can be guessed, cracked, or bribed. But with a simple locking key, the contents of my archives remain safe. As for lockpicks, a fable. I have never known such a thing to truly exist, have you? Timsh.
The key is to create a buffer zone. Make the area
Yeah, I've always wondered why there wasn't a lockpicking system in place of this.
Go into the core city where the plague's worse. Make sure folks who got it worst get out to the flooded district. Turn over anything they've got to the public trust. Useless. Anybody who's got the plague, they sell all their goods just to buy some crackpot cure. And they'll fight. Losing men every day.
I'm gonna go get some sleepy DBs from on top of the roofs. Over this way.
Any citizens belonging.
Oh, reconnaissance notes. Timsh is vigorous for a man of his age. He's known to keep himself armed with a sword and pistol, even when in his own home. He's been observed to be generally restless and mobile, pacing throughout the building, from his bedroom on the top floor to the lobby of the law offices on the ground floor. Timsh keeps his mother's will in a chest in his office on the third floor. Front door leads to the law office's lobby. Space is 2 stories high, with balconies overlooking the lobby floor. The second balcony on the facade, glass doors, leads directly to Timsh's office. The floor balconies on the right and left of the building, easy access. A back door leads into the basement. It's kept locked, but a key was easy to find. A dumb waiter accessible in the basement connects all the floors, but it's a one-way trip. Once you get out, the panel shuts and the platform returns to the basement. Timsh carries a key with him. Any important chests or cabinets are locked with it. The side room on the top floor is also mysteriously locked. It seems to be an art studio. An apartment near Timsh's estate has rooftop access to the waterfront districts. Interesting.
He's in the lobby, explaining his little system.
Yeah. Damn it. Alright, let's go in through the sides. How do you freaking know I was there? Fuck off, dude. Fuck you. You're annoying. Fuck off. Fuck you. Granny Rex? It's a statue. Statue of Delilah. What is that stuff on her? A letter from Roland. Dear Arnold, thank you for inviting my wife and me over for dinner last week. We both had a splendid time. I also appreciate you being so patient with her episode. Not many people are as understanding, and you showed considerable grace. I'm also happy I was able to confide in you with my business arrangements. I'm sure you will be able to keep them strictly confidential, but it was a relief to finally be able to vent about the frustrations I much endure daily to a colleague who understands these sort of things. I hope that you will allow me to return the favor and play host to you for an evening. Sincerely, Wiles Roland.
Mother, this is Arnold. If you happen to awaken while no one is present, I've prepared this for you, to remind you of recent events to help clear your mind and put...
Barrister Timsh, I'm afraid I cannot in good conscience remain your mother's physician. The way you repeatedly deny her access to practices which would potentially restore her lucidity is nothing short of a death sentence, and I wish no part of it. Good day to you, sir. Dr. Partridge.
Please, the plague is ended. I have married and will become Prime Minister, just as you always wanted.
Wow.
My sister and brother are both here and doing well. Your last will and testament has been written and approved. We all love you, Mother. Now go back to sleep. Rest. Everything is fine.
Der Hans dies.
What is this? Cultist scribblings? This one worked so hard he broke both of his hands. When he was of no more use, they threw him out. His mother cared for him until he died, after which he turned to begging. Then he died. This one liked to carve wood. Once he carved a small whale, he spoke to it and kept it in his pocket. Its grains knew of all his secrets, just as I do. Huh. This one was a father. He sired 6 of 3 mothers. He drowned one of them, but it was not his fault. One day, the child's grandfather discovered what happened, but the old man did not agree with that statement. That assessment. Oh. This one was a teacher. She used to teach the children about the black-eyed one she saw in her dreams. No one knew. But then one of the children went into a trance and began to cry her name. And the overseers came. Interesting. Are there any more? I guess not.
Don't care about
Hans dies.
And your paintings that think or speak or whatever it is they do. Delilah, I won't tell you to stop. I know you're proud. I just don't want you to be killed. Bollocks! She can't hear me at all.
You're not just not gonna notice this guy? Find the last will and testament. Bedtime. Bone charms. Potions. No.
Who are you?
I understand your curiosity. I'm strange. I was a baker's apprentice in Dunwall Tower. A friend to Jessie when we were girls. Then afterward, I made my name as a painter. Now, I'm obviously something much greater. That satisfies you. Because you won't get more. I ought to just kill you. I'm going to give you a warning for the sake of my sisters, who were very impressed with you once upon a time. Stay away from me. There are great changes coming, and I'll expect you not to interfere. I have influence in places you won't expect. But as for Arnold Timpsch, do what you want. I won't hold a grudge. I'm done with him.
Oh.
Is that who you were looking for? Well, she's a bit of a bitch. And the artwork's hopeless. I know you have your reasons.
You're floating. Poem by Delilah. When pretty Emily woke one day, she saw the world a different way. Her eyes now looked with a stranger's guile, her dainty mouth smiled a stranger's smile. Her hands now worked the stranger's wrath, her feet now walked a stranger's path. Emily fed, another grew stronger. The stranger's cravings drove her onward. And no one who looked on Emily's face ever guessed who ruled in Emily's place. What do I do here? I don't know how the hell I did that. Don't you dare go away. You stay on.
Lord Regent has increased his reward for information leading to the discovery of Dunwall here.
What was I supposed to do about this lady? Timpsch is no longer the blah blah blah. Timpsch cares and and apartments and just he's back to the rooftops. Woman, rooftops and Delilah once painted portraits for Barrister on Timpsch. The corrupted aristocrat uses legal powers to continue. Based on false accusations, Barrister Timpsch's niece, Dahlia, hates him. She has promised to help you locate Dahlia for a price. Meet with Dahlia to find out what she knows. What do I need to look for Delilah for again? Lord Regent grants legal immunity to all plague provisions. What do I do with Delilah then?
I'm gonna find you, whoever you are, and then I'll demonstrate your failings. I guess.
Present yourself. Don't make me. Go for the other one.
Both of you, fuck off. Eviction list, la-di-dee. Oh, have you forgotten that Red Shore is flooded? I can't appraise this. Interesting.
Benedict, I need to know what you expect
It's strange. Timch doesn't see himself as beneficiary in the will. He's giving the inheritance to Delisle.
Infection complaint against them, and have all their assets.
Staff Bastard Timsh was complaining about speaking in these doors, so they've been removed until the repair orders come in. Please don't throw anything down the shaft or anything childish. I understand.
But they have a link to the Boyles, and there's...
I fell in the doodad. How the fuck did that happen? I have no fucking idea. That was bullshit right there. Absolute bullshit. Note from Timsh. Scott, do we really need that alarm device in my office? It's ugly, the colors clash, and the cable is marked out the woodwork. I'm positively certain that the way it's been attached to the floor will cost a few thousand in coin to mend. Arnold.
Dice.
Why is no one making rounds over here?
Fuck off. You're fine, right? Yeah. It's normal to have your body stuck halfway into a dresser while it's closed. Right. That's normal. He'll live. It's just a flesh wound. Nary a sound will escape from your mouth. Stay quiet, boy. Take the tarot card, the world. Leave it alone. 78. Draw the world. Draw a random tarot card, why not? Don't really do nothing right there, now do it. Oop. No unchambered pots. All of the chambered pots are currently out for cleaning. Please refrain from pissing all over the bare wood. Go piss in the outback alley if you can't hold it. If the staff complains to me again, I'm giving each of you a bathroom to clean using only your socks. Understand? Captain Scott Blossom. Fuck off. What? Are you absolutely serious right now? Of course he would go right there. Fuck him. Asholio. Bonded galvanic weave. There's a very loud helicopter outside. Note from a lawyer. When are we gonna get a secretary? I can never find any of the documents filled by J and S. Doesn't seem to be filing anything. This place is turning into a vortex of disorganization. So big you could ride a whale into it. Fuck off. I do believe that's it for here. Yum. Yum. Please do not ride the dumbwaiter. Was that a problem before? Why the hell did he have to leave that note right there? Put the sack inside the air circulator. Yep. Return to legal district.
What is that horrible stench? I can barely breathe. Oh, Jimmy Turnbull. Yes, I was expecting you. Please come.
Timsh, it smells like a weeper den. I thought we were secure.
And we are. The neighborhood is swept 3 times a week.
Barrister Timsh!
Please, call me Arnold. We're friends. Here, this will clear things up for you. The Regents arranged it. By the way, I don't think I ever got your first name.
What is this? Is this a joke?
I am not sure what you find funny about it.
Barrister Timsh, this is a letter from the Lord Regent dated a month ago, stating that your building is to be seized by the state immediately due to massive infection outbreak, and that your personal assets are forfeit if you do not comply immediately. A month ago? Are you showing me this to try to convince me that you're above the law?
What? Let me see that. This is impossible.
Barrister, I am afraid I am going to have to take you into custody. And if I or any of my men contract the plague because of this visit, I'll see that your head rolls.
No. This isn't the right document. This...
Get him out of here before he starts bleeding from the eyes. And secure this court. It's under quarantine.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
He fainted. Now what? I don't want to touch him. What if I get sick? I'll just wait for him to wake up.
He fucking fainted. Oh, bitch. Wow. And these paintings certainly are fascinating. Wow. That's amazing. Good artwork. Academy of Natural Philosophy. Squatting at the edge of Dunwall, the Academy of Natural Philosophy is an ancient educational institute, bustling with young students and old philosophers, alchemists, cosmologists, and Vivisectionists. The best minds from acres the Isle gather here. The best minds from across the Isles gather there to study all of nature, including the human corpus, the celestial heavens, and the physical universe. No one is allowed inside except esteemed members of the few students accepted each year after a long and arduous application process. Those living nearby can only puzzle at the exotic shipments seen coming from the river and passing through the back doors, or wrinkle their noses at the odd smells that emerge from the smokestacks up top. Rural physician Anton Sokolov is currently head of the academy. Interesting. Wow. Oh. What are these
Tim's
two?
gone. We need all the help we can get. Like that woman Delilah.
Shut up. You want to bring that crazy woman back down on us? Don't even say her name.
Oh. Come on. Fuck off.
Get up right now.
Where the hell is he going? What? How do you see him right there?
Where are you?
That's just nonsense. Absolute tomfoolery. Oi. Madame. Madame. Can I stealthy stuff? No. So what do I do about you? All she told me was freaking stay away from her sisters or some shit. What do you want me to do? Ugh. Huh. Oi.
I'll admit, I didn't think the arrest was going to work. I guess that's why you're calling the shots.
That little portion was bothering me. Alright. Time to head on out. Fuck! You didn't see anything. What? Where'd that guy go? Oh yeah, there's a thing. This way I can go out. Fuck. Come on. This way.
Talia. She's waiting where she said she'd be.
Alright. I feel like my gums are bleeding, feel like my gums are bleeding, feel like my gums are bleeding. I'm gonna break my tooth now.
Any person with information that
Feel
leads
like my gums are bleeding, feel like my gums are bleeding.
The barrister's enemies caught up to him. He's in custody as a plague victim. Here's the will as agreed.
That'll do nicely. Perhaps better. But you were promised information. Well, my uncle came under Delilah's spell. He was obsessed with her. Everyone knew she'd been a servant at the tower before she studied under Sokolov. She was a painter, an artist. Beneath my family's class, for certain. My uncle became infatuated. But he looked older and made us keep candles lit all night. He was afraid of the dark. One night we all went to Waverly Boyle's for a seance. It was an amusement. We didn't know what we were doing. I thought only the dead appeared at seances. But suddenly Delilah was in the room with us. My uncle nearly died of terror. She was there, but not there. We saw her as if she was very far away, standing in the old Brigmore Manor, painting at an easel, painting a name. It was your name, Dad. That's all I know. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Is that all? At the funeral. Billy Laird.
Timsh is ruined. He'll rot in Coldridge prison if they don't send him to the flooded district. It's poetic, I suppose. Maybe I was wrong about you, Dowd. Are you ready to go?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Join you in a bit. I have some work to do.
This area is under lockdown. Any unauthorized individuals are to be considered suspicious and confronted immediately.
Where's that room? I think it might have been the one over there. Has to be, right? Unless it was down here. Which it could also have been, right? Maybe not. Oh, who are you? How did you get here? Shh. No more noise from you.
whiskey and cigars to you, chances are very good.
Where did I see that freaking building at? Here? Maybe? Indicia. At the feet of the one with the eyes of Blackest Void. You know what? Maybe it was not here, but
Yes, of course.
over there. Maybe it was this way. Right there. Maybe it's in here. Tarot card. Bleed on the card. Burn the bloody card at the hearth of a man who dreamed of being Lord of all. Right here. Ooh. Wow. All right, sweet. Hell yeah. Now time to go. One more.
The air is throat. Emily Calton is still missing.
Indeed I am.
Let's go home.
Alright, let's go. Delilah is a powerful witch who leads a coven that has moved into the ruins of Rigmore Manor. You've returned to your hidden base in flooded district to plan your next move.
Jessamine Caldwell's hands were all that was holding this city together. With her dead, this city was a fast disintegrating web of guardsmen, overseers, nobles, weepers. Maybe this was the world the outsider was trying to show me all along. For years, I'd held together a shadowy band of ex-mercenaries, street kids, and refugees through discipline and a bit of black magic. On the fringes of a city that ate up innocence and weakness. Maybe today was the end of that small world. I thought of Jessamine Caldwell's hands shuddering as she lost her grip on life. Whatever doom was coming, I deserved it. My people didn't.
Range, bolt, standard. I'll go with the boot stealth, armor, bone charm. What's here? Nothing. Bone charm. Bone charm. Alright. I think that's it for now. Delilah is a powerful witch. Alright. That is the end of part 2. I think I'll stop it right here, and then soon I'll probably be streaming Mask of the Plague Doctor, which is just me reading. So if you don't like me reading, I am very sorry. But I gotta work on my reading. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed if you did. And if you did enjoy, I hope to see you in the next stream. With that being said, it's the end of this one, and yeah. Later.